This project required me to shortlist 5 D&AD industry briefs and decide on one to take forward. This presentation video outlines the creative process for my chosen brief from giffgaff and how I overcame obstacles and developed my working style and problem-solving skills. When deciding which industry briefs to take forward, I wanted to choose some that required various skills and would challenge my graphic design practice. This included retail-led campaigns and packaging, as well as video-based projects. To select the correct brief, I analysed my working style and strengths and weaknesses. This helped me understand that the giffgaff brief would be manageable within the time frame and help develop my design skills. The brief required that I communicate the meaning of giffgaff's B Corp status and outline the brand's journey. This had to be presented as a series of Instagram story animations and at least one out-of-home activation. The brief also stated that I had to use giffgaff's color palette, but the other style choices were up to me. To track my progress throughout the project, I found that a Gantt chart was very helpful. The next stage was to research the company to better understand how to approach the brief. I considered giffgaff's unique selling point and target audience. I found that a millennial demographic was the ideal target, and a 90s-inspired design style could be appealing because it resonates with this age group. I then explored out-of-home activations and the possibility of using AR in my touchpoints. This would allow the campaign to be interactive and disruptive. To begin the design process, I produced brainstorms, mind maps, and mood boards. The brainstorms explored what being a certified B Corporation means for giffgaff. The draft mind map explored these concepts further and expanded the ideas for the final deliverables. Mood boards helped shape the styles, colors, and typefaces I wanted to use. To gain design inspiration, I analyzed well-known designer Steven Sagmeister. His playful and disruptive style could apply well to my designs. My second artist of choice, Aries Moros, uses experimental color and compositions which could help my designs to stand out. The final artist, Shashi Huang, has a playful animation style with clean line work and color palettes. When producing scamps and iterations, I wanted to present giffgaff's journey whilst keeping the focus on their B Corp status. The final choice was an animation featuring a phone with messages and graphics that educated the viewer. The disruptive part of the video was a cracked screen appearing in the opening scene. I wanted to focus on user engagement and sustainability for the out-of-home activation. That's why I chose a billboard that was also an AR experience when viewers use their phones. This way, no excess ink or power was needed to bring the activation to life. When considering unconscious bias and ethics, it was essential to make the outcomes accessible and inclusive. Using gender-neutral colors and varied skin tones improved inclusivity. I decided to use subtitles for those with hearing difficulties and larger text for dyslexic viewers. Based on the previous ethical discussion, I produced new concepts and made them more accessible and disruptive. Including catchy slogans like "Crack the Mold" and "Ditch the Glitch" highlighted the problems phone users experience. The out-of-home activation could also be included in more places for accessibility. To begin producing my animations and out-of-home activations, I experimented with different typefaces, grids, and colors. Next, I designed the icons used across all the campaigns to spread awareness. However, some symbols needed to be developed further for more originality. The next stage was creating my animation's key scenes, which involved playing with layouts and typography. The first attempt was good and retained a playful style across the scenes. However, they needed to be more cohesive, so I made revisions and strengthened the scene's visual appeal. I used a mixture of Adobe Animate and Premiere Pro to animate the sequences. Special effects were produced in Animate and then compiled in Premiere Pro. I then included the sound effects and subtitles in the last stages to finalize the videos. I knew that out-of-home activations had to be cohesive with the Instagram campaign. That's why visual motifs such as colors and symbols were kept the same throughout. When it came to creating the AR experience, I wanted the viewers to scan QR codes that could activate a virtual scene. I experimented with positioning the QR codes in eye-catching ways and found that placing them inside the symbols was a unique way of drawing attention to them. Overall, the project has greatly expanded my knowledge of design principles and software. My criticism would be that I needed to apply an even more experimental design approach in some areas. However, the deliverables are cohesive and use Gestalt theory and Bauhaus principles well. They communicate the meaning of being a B Corp for giffgaff whilst retaining a fun and disruptive tone.